create a query with multiple conditions through Syview, let me go ahead and log in here. So I'll type in my password. The first thing you need to do is select a data set within a specific library. For example, this is a CDIS library, and I have some sample data sets here. I can go to a different library underneath, but let me go ahead and just select on, for example, conmeds, concomitant medications. It lists some of the attributes here, but in order to create a query, you would go ahead and select on the Tools menu up here, and then go into the query window. The list of criteria for the query are here, and you can create up to 4 different compound criteria, but let me start with just one. So for example, let's say that the indication of this drug could be among, meaning it can have multiple values. The asterisks here represent multiple values. If I were to click on the Browse button, it would allow me to select different values from within that dataset column, in this case, a concomitant medication indication. So let me just select a 3 here, for example, and click on OK. It will list all of my selected values separated by commas here, as you can see. So if I were to just have this one condition and click on OK, it's going to apply that query condition, subset the data, and as you can see in this example, the criteria, if I were to zoom in here, you can see that the criteria I listed up here are the values, and then they are then captured within this column here within the indication. So all of these values show up with only 10 rows from the original 36 rows that exist. Let me go back to the main screen here. So if I were to click on the back button, I can see those criteria. Now I have the option of creating additional criteria. So for example, let's say in addition to that, I want to change the sequence. Now this is a numeric value, so I can have an operator like less than value, and if I click on Browse, it shows me all of the values in that data set. So let me have anything sequence less than 9 as an example, and I can have an AND condition, so both of them have to be true. But just to illustrate, I can add yet a third criteria. For example, how about the dose units, and I can browse, and I can say that the units must be not blank, or having values. So I can say not equal to blank. Now when you have more than 2, in this case 3 criteria, you can combine them. When I click on this combined, you can see that it adds parentheses. I'll zoom in for you to see. So in this case, the criteria 1 and 2 are applied first, and then the criteria 3 is evaluated at the end. So if you were to switch that combined and click on the combined down here, notice that criteria 2 and 3 are evaluated first, and then the criteria 1 is then evaluated with either and or or. I can change this to be or, meaning either one of these could be true, then the results would end up giving me those values. So let me go ahead and try this. I'll zoom out a little bit and then click on OK. So what this would do is apply those conditions, meaning the sequence has to be less than 9, the indication has to have these 3 values here, along with the dose unit not requiring a value. Let me zoom in for you to see that criteria once again up here. So these are the 3 compound expression, and what results in here is, since I have the OR condition, it's pretty open, so I actually resulted in 29 rows. So if you were to zoom out, you can see all 29 rows within your query results here. So the query window, similar to the view window, allows you to see 20 rows and then allowing you to navigate to the next set or block of result values. So that's a way of creating a multiple criteria expression using a user-friendly interface, allowing you to select values without writing code to capture these within the specific data set that you have.